Praise the Lord. I'm headed. Well, I'm at Illinois State Beach Park. And, I'm gonna go down on the beach if it's open, and just walk and get a little exercise. And it's gonna be 40 degrees today, and that's a heat wave in Chicagoland. So yeah, so you know what? I'm going down to the Illinois State Beach this morning and railroad tracks, and just get it in with the Lord. And some of you are already seen my posting this morning about, I mean, think about it. How long have you been asking your husband or your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your significant other to just compromise, to just listen to you? Beautiful, right? To just talk to you. I mean, how many years? How long? I mean, it just don't, it's ungodly, really, to be asking the same man or woman for years and years, and you from 20 to 50, from 25 to 40, from 40 to 50, from 30 to 65. I don't know how long you've been together, but you know, it's like a drug addiction when you're trying to convince. You shouldn't have to convince an adult, but we have to, because some adults were raised by great parents and turned out great. Some adults were raised by horrible parents and turned out to be horrible. Some adults were raised by horrible parents and turned out to be great parents. You know, it's hit or miss or either or. But yeah, you know, I'm gonna come out here and just chill. And you guys saw my post. And how long you been arguing with this person about compromising? How long you been talking to this person about the same thing for years and years and turning to decades? Give you guys a shot of what I'm looking at. This is Illinois State Beach, and there's a resort and a hotel and beach at the end of this trek. This is how you come in, and yeah, it's beautiful, right? I had someone say it looks like a scene from out of a movie. Well, all movies have scenes that are prayerfully nature based, unless there's just a set or something they didn't set up. But it's beautiful back here. I'm about 5 or 6 minutes from the house, and so I said, you know, I'm gonna come up here and just chill. But look at how long you've been asking that man to stop drinking. Let's say the man or the woman has a drinking problem. How long you been asking them to stop drinking? What if it's a cocaine problem? What about screaming and yelling for years? I'm not talking about when you get into it, or a few choice words, or you act out of character, or you pull out of character, or you jump out of character. How long you been asking that man to stop being mean and nasty? Not just to you. You can't take him nowhere. You can't take him in public. How long that woman has been cutting you up with them words and mincing the words. And see, just because you can call somebody anything, male or female, husband or wife, that don't make you strong. That actually means you have no regulator. You have no governor. You have no self-respect. If you can cuss your mom out, excuse me, you can cuss anybody out, as I leave this alone. But this is the Illinois Beach Resort. I park and I get out and walk. On the other side is where the beach begins, and well, all of this is Lake Michigan, but you can't see it until I get there. Beautiful, right? I love coming back here, especially when it's warm too, to walk and to run and to trek and to hike. But all of that there is lakefront, lake line or lakefront line. As I leave this alone, but yes, it's beautiful out here. And they maintain it, and in the summertime and spring, it's oftentimes it is packed, especially when it's real hot. But beautiful. But how long you been asking that man to stop cussing you out? How long you been asking that man to stop going out? How long you been asking that woman to stop calling you out your name? How long you been asking that woman to clean up and cook? How long have y'all been arguing? Days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, months turn into years. But you're still together. But you say you got a good marriage. I got a good marriage, girl. I have a wonderful marriage. Do you? If you drink something, you probably start leaking from all the dead bananas. Y'all know what a dead banana look like? Take a yellow banana and put it in a sandwich bag, and look how dark and ugly it get, and show it to somebody. They not gonna know it's a dead banana. They're gonna be like, what is that? And so many of us have dead bananas in the form of relationships and marriages, which means you've had arguments and disagreements that you never fixed, that you never addressed. You just went on to the next dilemma. You never apologized, you never made up, you went on to the next. And here's another dead banana. Put a dead banana in a sandwich bag, I promise you, and go back and squish it up when it starts to turn black, and show it to someone, they're gonna be like, what is that? This is the beach. And a lot of people have dead bananas. They have absolute dead bananas, and in the form of things they haven't at all resolved or addressed or talked about. They go on to the next fisticuff, go on to the next disagreement, go on to the next argument. You know why? Because of all the years you've been saying the same thing. All the years you've been saying the same thing. As I leave this alone. But you have to resolve these issues. Everything cannot be resolved. Let me rephrase that. But everything can be addressed. And sometimes our husbands and our wives and boyfriends and girlfriends become our oldest child. I'm going to say it again. Sometimes that man, that woman can become your oldest child because they won't listen. They won't compromise. And you know, you listen to the doctor, he got 10 years of college. You listen to the judge, got 4, 5, 6 years of college, 8 years of college. You listen to the probation officer, the marriage counselor. But what about that man or woman you married to with all that education, all that common sense, all that great upbringing, but you won't even listen to him? Now you find yourself in divorce court, find yourself arguing, fussing and fighting and being ugly, and got someone. See, so many of us have allowed a good man or a good woman to slip through our fingers like the snow. Beautiful, right? Like the sand. So many of us have lost good people in our lives and went on to become nothing, or we went on to never remarry, or married 4, 5 times and you're undefeated. Been married 4, 5 times and been divorced 4, 5 times. As I leave this alone, all because we won't listen. We won't compromise. I'm gonna get out and get me a nice walk in. It's beautiful out here. It's close to 40 degrees. That's a heat wave in Chicagoland. I pray this touches your heart and mind. Peace. One.